Happy Friday. We're live right here on the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. My boy Trizzy Trace on the ones and twos, and all of you, the faithful, we appreciate you for making today's show a part of your day. Look, it's early on a Friday evening. The Raiders Report is live. They're getting $2,000 in Super Chats, and there's a lot of interesting buzz around this football team right now, so we decided to go live as well, and we want to make it a little bit of a party to segue into your Friday night. So once again, thank you for all tuning in. So we're coming at you from the Chat Sports Studios in Dallas, Texas, where the Dallas Cowboys have not made it to the NFC Championship game in 28 years. They're frauds. The 49ers are not, and of course our viewers not frauds either. So let us know where you're watching from down in the comment section. We'll start to give you some shout outs here. I've seen a lot of people in the chat waiting for us to go live. Luscious, 408 West, Lamar Hicks, Mr. Angel, Tryin' Ryan. I like the comment there, Ryan. Hell yeah, finally got to hear this live. I've been busy. What up, Chase? What up, Tryin'? Frank Kopp is in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I grew up in Westchester, Monterey County, from Lucis, 408 West from DeBay. Chualor, Hamilton City, California. Hawaii Dave is in Oahu, in Hawaii. Eddie Griss. Chase, what up, Eddie? Tito Joseph, Bang Bang Niner Gang. Chris Stokes saying Tampa, Florida. Octavius Jackson saying Oakland. Mac McFarland. What up? What up, Mac? California from Maximo. Gabriel, 49ers fan from West Texas. You love to see it. All right, 116 people watching live. We want to make this a happy hour party. We want to have a lot of fun with the people. So rapid fire type 49 down in the comment section. You see Trace is in there already. He's getting the party going. Holland Tracy, California. San Jose, California from Black Mask. Rovin Smith, Bang Bang Niner Gang, Maryland all day. All right, interesting. Revenge Tour 4.0 begins from Eddie Griss on the quest for 6. The Big Apple, rotten to the core. What up, big dog? Niner fan for life. That's a funny comment coming in there from Brotherman68. Robert, get Brady, bring Gronk out of retirement. San Jose, California, let's go. Maximo typing those 4-9s. Eddie Griss talking about that revenge tour. Monterey, California from Dylan Wallace. Live in Arizona from Daly City from Tito. Jesse Delana typing that 4-9. So too is Rovin Smith. Lloyd DK24. 831 Empire from Daniel. Watching from the Bahamas from Allerin. That's cool stuff. Bring on Taylor Lewan from Mac. I don't think that's going to happen. What happened? Tim McGuire, what did he say? I like it, Tim McGuire. That's pretty funny stuff right there. So we're live because we have a lot to talk to, and in part, going to talk about Bobby Wagner here. Let go by the Los Angeles Rams yesterday, and should the 49ers sign Bobby Wagner? Now, once the new league year becomes official on March 15th, he'll be a free agent. So the Rams could look to trade him. Or if they release him, he's free to sign with any team. So if he is available, you have interest if you're the 49ers? S for sign, P for pass. What do you have to say down in the comments section? Chualor, Lewan is a left tackle. Yes, he is. He basically said he's not coming to the Niners. He said that, well, his co-host said that all 31 teams are going to call you, and he said 30 because the 49ers already have their left tackle in Trent Williams. 408 West! There it is. $10 super chat because I got my taxes back. Sup, Chase. Sup, Trace. What up, 408 West? Rocking that fresh Niners.
Let's go.
And Giants. What is it, the Giants logo there?
Yeah, San Fran
Giants hat. Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. It's a joke that he's not. 408 West. 408 West. 408 West. 408 West. We appreciate it, my man.
Wes.
$10 super chat coming in. That breaks the seal. Now, I'm not going to lie. Mitch needed some help on the Raiders report. I did a shotgun and 2 beer bongs, and we want to keep the party going here. Here is our happy hour menu. $5 will give you a beer cheers. $10 a Niner mug chug. $20 make Trace drink. $50 a shotgun or a funnel. $100 we'll do a beer bong race, so we'll bring out the Toby Willis helmet. We'll bring out the Toby Willis helmet if we get to a 100. Take it, dog. Are we good? We good. All right. So that $10 super chat coming in from 408 Wes. Cheers to you, my guy. Just some beer in here. Where did Trace go? Oh, okay. He's probably going to make himself some whiskey. Yeah, so now Coop is in the studio. Abby's in the studio. Trace is in the studio. We got the squad here on a Friday. What's poppin', Slime from Maximo? What's poppin', man? So if you want to send in any super chats, here you go. Our super chat menu right here. We do appreciate all of your donations in advance. Niner63, if they can get Wagner on the cheap and make it work cap-wise, then go for it. Yeah, look, you might lose Azeez Al-Shire in free agency. So if you lose Azeez Al-Shire, then maybe you can sign Bobby Wagner for cheap. He said he wants to go someplace where he could win, and he could potentially win for San Francisco. And at this point, 32 years old, he's one of the highest graded players in the NFL last year, even with that age. But if he wants to go somewhere to win, he's already made a lot of money in his career. Could he go to the Bay? Robert, ask for my Cash App. I do not have Cash App. I do have a Venmo, though, at Chase_Senior. It's the same as my Twitter handle, so at Chase_Senior. That is my Venmo username. Maximo, sorry I was gone for a while. It's all good. Luscious. I stand by it. Give Tom Brady his childhood dream, as well as that ending. That'd be something. Knight said, y'all should stream the XFL. You know what? Kyle Coughlin told us to do some watch parties. I'm not going to lie to you, though. After the NFL season wraps up, need a little bit of a break from those watch parties, man. I mean, I did 19 of them for the 49ers. It's a lot. Took a toll on the body. Still ran every day, but it was a lot, no doubt about it. Y'all got to set up a Cash App main. Robert, yeah, maybe I'll get on that. I've never used Cash App. Is it basically like Venmo? Yeah. Nathan, 49ers Report, met with Muhammad Diabetes, a linebacker from Utah. I did see that. Doug Wilson tried to get Carroll fired. Damn, what a punk. Those are the reports out there. Man, it's real weird with Russell Wilson right now. I saw a report from The Athletic that he had his own office on the second floor of the facility, on the same floor as the coaching staff. That's just very odd, and all the players were on the first floor. Like, does Russell Wilson think that he's above everybody? Because what separates the greats, like a Tom Brady, he constantly was able to reinvent himself, and he tried to really assimilate himself with his teammates and get along with his teammates, those who were younger, as he got older, and that's why guys love him. That's why guys rally around him. So Russell Wilson maybe got a little bit too full of himself, or was Sierra in his ear. Dylan Wallace, sign Wagner as a vet min for the Niners. Look, if it's vet min, I'm all in. I don't think it's going to be a vet min, though. I think he might be worth a little bit more than that. But if it's $5-6 million for a guy who played good football this past year, who has said, by the way, that he'd like to play with Fred Warner. He said that last offseason. Shoot, go for it. Azeez Al-Shire might get paid more, and Bobby Wagner might be a better player even with his age. So I'd be interested there. Wilson is a strange, strange dude from Holland Tracy. He had his own office and personal trainers. There's a reason the Seahawks are better off without. Yeah, exactly. Maximo, Chase, why do you think the Niners should sign Tom Brady? Because they don't have a healthy quarterback on the roster right now with Brock Purdy's delay in surgery, Trey Lance with that ankle injury, and let's say that Purdy has to miss significant time, and he can't play a lot of games this year or at all. If the Tommy John injury is a complete reconstruction and then Lance ends up getting hurt or being a bust, then you're screwed. Can't be in a situation in which you go back to Josh Johnson. And I think Jimmy Garoppolo is definitely going to be gone. According to Jeremy Fowler, expected to have a wide market. Teams like the Texans could look to sign him, as well as the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Jets and the Raiders make sense. And if his contract is in the upper 30% of all players in the NFL, Niners do get a comp pick back in the third round. Yeah, Holland, we'll see about that 12-month recovery. Should we do... Oh, there I go again. Shit. Trace, take over for a sec.
Hey, I'm the voice of Chase today. Should we do XFL watch parties? Like the video. We have 105 people watching, 25 likes. That's criminal. This show isn't free. You have to like the video. That's the only thing you have to do. Yeah. Like the damn video. But should we do an XFL watch party sometime?
XFL watch parties?
Could be fun. I'm kind of in on the XFL, the beer snakes and whatnot. It's not great football, but it's entertaining nonetheless, and it's kind of crazy. Why not?
I've watched a couple of the games. Honestly, it could been bad.
No, it's significantly better than USFL, I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah. So why for yes and for no? Mr. Block Ice, yes. Pantry, yes. Just the Freedom Funnel. Chew Allure, yes. Do It for the Rock for Mr. Block. Maximo, yes, that's part of the reason why I wouldn't hate the Niners signing Tom Brady. Maximo also said yes. Joseph Riza, yes. Chris Stokes, no. KRZC, no. I understand where you're coming from there. All right, here's our happy hour menu. Las Vegas Raiders report, they got $2,000 before they even started the show. We have $10. Can we catch up? $5, that's a beer cheers. $10, a Niner mug chug. $20, make Trace drink. $50, a shotgun or a Freedom Funnel. $100, we'll do a beer bong race. And I'll do it in the Toby Willis motorcycle helmet. Dylan Wallace, if you stream, I'll watch. You're a real one. Appreciate it, homie. All right, if you want to get on the show, like we said, super chat, use the hashtag 49ers to ask a question to get featured on the program. And if you want to get the party started, type me in the comment section right now. Show us that you want us to get this show underway. Go Brandon. Yeah, one game. Make it a loose watch party. That's what we would do. It'd be a real chill watch party. Also, 107 people watching live. Can we get to 50 likes before we officially start? We're at 40 likes right now. Make sure you hit that thumbs up icon and like the video to show us some love. We want to make this a big happy hour party for everybody out there, so let's do it. Maximo, Holland, 408 West. I'll type in those me's. Maximo's leading the charge. He's our commenter MVP so far today. Thank you, Maximo. Dude had over 100 tackles last year from Tyron Ryan. Yep, we're about to talk more in depth about him. Tyron Ryan also said, shit. Mr. Block Ice, mofo, me. Mr. Block Ice, you demand. Eddie Griss is back. What's up, Eddie? Chris Stokes is here. Tyron Ryan, Maximo. All right, we're 7 likes away from 50. 7 likes away from 50. And then we'll really start to talk some Niners football. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. Let's get to 50 likes before we officially start the show. We went live on short notice, but we're never scared here on the channel. Tyron Ryan said, it's Tom Brady. I don't care how old he is. I think the Bucs were a bad team last year. I don't necessarily think that Tom Brady is cooked. You can shut that if you want. All right, 50 likes. Y'all are the best. Let's continue to keep the party going. I gave you a beer cheers for 408 West's $10 super chat. Let's show that one more time to show some of those who are coming in, because you never know. Sometimes when we start a segment, a big baller will send in a $50 or a $100 super chat. So $5 beer cheers, $10 Niner mug chug. This is our happy hour menu. $20 you can make Trace drink. $50 we'll do a shotgun or a funnel. And $100 a beer bong race in the Toby Willis helmet. We'll talk some Niners right now. Bobby Wagner, Tyron Smith. That and a whole lot more. It's coming your way right now live on the 49ers Report. Bobby Wagner has been released by the Los Angeles Rams in a cap-cutting move. So, could the San Francisco 49ers look to sign him? Because in the past, he has said, I would love to play with Fred Warner. And for Bobby Wagner, still, even though he's 32 years old, one of the better linebackers in the NFL. And with San Francisco potentially losing Azeez Al-Shaair in free agency, could he be a cheap option to help the Niners chase a Super Bowl? Before we get started, during our watch parties, we had all these Super Chat giveaways, and so many people were so kind with their donations and helping us build the channel. And we really do appreciate all of the love. But YouTube, outside of live videos, does have a super thanks function where you can still donate to the show. All you have to do is hit this heart icon with the $ through it, and you can send in a donation of any amount. And if you do send in a super thanks on this video, we will give you a shout out on Monday's show. We appreciate all of the support that you give us here on the 49ers Report, a big reason why we're closing in on 80,000 subscribers. All right, back to the Bobby Wagner conversation here. So Wagner was released by the Los Angeles Rams on Thursday. Somewhat of a surprising move. Last year, it was a feel-good story. He gets let go by the Seattle Seahawks. He grew up in the Los Angeles area, so he was able to stay home. And in his lone season with the Rams, he played really well, but the Rams as a team were not good last year, as many of us know. And once again, Kyle Shanahan continues to be Sean McVay's daddy. But why we're talking about Bobby Wagner on today's show is because Azeez Al-Shaair could get paid in free agency. So could the Niners get Wagner on the cheap to replace Azeez Al-Shaair, who I think is in line to maybe get $6, $8, $10 million in free agency and maybe follow his former defensive coordinator in DeMeco Ryans and go to the Houston Texans? Wagner has said before that he would love to play Fred Warner. And over this generation of NFL football, there have been a couple of marquee defenders who really highlight this era of football across the league. And at that linebacker spot, two of the best to do it in this generation, and really, in my opinion, of all time, it's Fred Warner and it's Bobby Wagner. So if they were by any chance to link up on the Niners and play with one another, obviously it's a short-term play because Wagner is 32 years old. It would be absolutely fascinating. And for Wagner, he was good in 2022. Given his age, he didn't really show that many signs of decline. 140 tackles, 6 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, and 0 forced fumbles. And as a coverage linebacker, you might look at some of these numbers and say, I don't know, Bobby Wagner, when he was targeted, still gave up about 69% of the balls that went his way in terms of the completion percentage, but only 359 yards all year in 17 games played. Only 2 touchdowns for a defense that really struggled at moments throughout this year, and 2 interceptions to go along with 5 pass breakups. And despite being 32 years old, according to Pro Football Focus, Bobby Wagner was the highest graded linebacker in the National Football League during the 2022 campaign. Guess who was number 2? You guessed it, the All-Pro Fred Warner. Now, if the Niners go out there and they sign Bobby Wagner once the new league starts on March 15th, tampering window, by the way, starts March 13th. That's when we'll start hearing about these deals. We'll let you know. We're closing in on 80,000 subscribers. We're a little more than 1,300 people away, so make sure you subscribe today and lock us in. As for Wagner's accolades, one of the best to ever do it at that position. A 6-time first-team All-Pro. A 3-time second-team All-Pro. So that's 9 times he's been an NFL All-Pro. Nutty. 8-time Pro Bowler, and he's led the NFL in tackles 2 times, won that lone Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks a few years ago, and was named to the 2010s All-Decades team. Of note, for this roster move for the Rams, it does not become official until the new league year starts. Some players who are getting let go, for instance, Rand Carthen basically ran rampant across that roster. He released 4 players on one day. Some of them are available to sign with the team. The same can be said for Derek Carr, but because of the contractual details here for Bobby Wagner, the move of him being let go, not official until the league year starts on March 15th. But the Rams, in the meantime, could look to trade Bobby Wagner. But they really have no trade leverage. Like, they went out there and they released Bobby Wagner. They're not going to bring him back and try to trade for him. And no teams are going to give up all that much for him, considering the price tag. But also, they know that the Rams want to let him go so that they can save about $12 million on their books. If the 49ers needed to trade for Bobby Wagner, which because of the price tag is not going to happen, these are the financial details here. He would have a cap hit of nearly $13 million in 2023. If he were to get cut prior to June 1, the Rams would save $5.25 million. After that, they would save $8.25, so it goes up $3 million just in the span of a few hours. Pre-June 1 trade savings, the Rams would save $8.75 million, and the new team would owe, if they traded for Wagner, $11 million. If you slash that price in half and you sign him for $6 million in free agency, that's when I would become somewhat interested if I am the Niners. So what does the faithful think? As always, you can sound off. It's an open-minded conversation down in the comments section. You can share your thoughts. Should the Niners sign Bobby Wagner? S for sign, P for pass. Let us know what you think down in the comment section, because I always go back to see what you all comment, because I'm interested to see what you all come up with. Coming up next on the show, some interesting buzz out of the Dallas Cowboys organization that one of the best left tackles over the last 8 years or so, and Tyron Smith, could be cut by the Cowboys, and another money-saving move, and Michael Brockers has been released by the Detroit Lions. First, though, today's 49ers Report is sponsored by cThe. If you want to save some money and you want to have a safer and better Amazon shopping experience, that's where cThe comes into play. It's a free browser extension that brings transparency to your Amazon shopping experience. cThe shows you the brand, seller, or product origin and identifies local alternatives that support local community efforts while saving you money. With over 50% of Amazon U.S. sellers based in China, cThe offers a way to avoid trickery from these sellers and keep money in the U.S. economy. cThe offers alternatives that are on average 30% less expensive than Amazon without any additional costs, such as Amazon Prime. It can even identify local alternatives that you can pick up the same day. cThe users earn free donations as rewards for using the extension, and the more you use it, the more you earn in donations by increasing your level. In fact, cThe donates 51% of the revenue they make on your purchase. So what are you waiting for? Head to wecultivate.us/chatsports and download cThe for free. Let cThe bring transparency, savings, and community support to your Amazon shopping journey. Support the show. Download our link. It's down in the comment section and in the description of this video. From the linebacker position to defensive line and defensive tackle, area of need for the Niners here during this offseason period. And Michael Brockers, pretty good defensive tackle for a long time, who's been in the league for more than a decade, 11 years to be precise, was let go by the Detroit Lions today. That move for their organization frees up about $10 million. We're talking about an 11-year All-Pro here who played 6 games in 2022, so a little bit banged up. But prior to last year, in the previous 10 seasons, he had missed a combined 7 games. At this point, maybe you don't want him as a starter at defensive tackle for the Niners, but as a rotational piece along that defensive line for a guy who's well accomplished and can still play, I'd at least explore it and make a phone call. His career stats, a lot of experience from 2012 to 2022, first-round pick back in the day out of LSU, 160 games played, 29 sacks. He's not really a pass-rushing defensive tackle, more of a stuffer on the interior. 64 quarterback hits to go along with 52 tackles for loss. And if you go back and watch the film against the Philadelphia Eagles, the 49ers at defensive tackle, they got bullied. They got pushed around. They struggled to maintain their leverage. So Michael Brockers, if he is signed by the Niners as a potential target, could come in and help alleviate some of those concerns. Your level of interest in Brockers is what? Good player for a really long time for a couple of teams. Scale it for me from 1 to 100. 1, don't want him at all. 100, love him. Once again, what say you? Interesting stuff coming out of the Cowboys organization, as we alluded to earlier. According to reports from The Athletic, Tyron Smith, one of the best left tackles in the game for a really long time, may have played his last snap as a Cowboy. If he is cut, Dallas would save $10 million. Here's the problem with Tyron Smith. Like Taylor Lewan, both of them play left tackle. Both of them have been off injured over the last few years. Tyron Smith, 17 of 50 games played over the last 3 years, but here's that report from The Athletic. The 8-time Pro Bowler might have played his last snap in Dallas. If he returns, the Cowboys could put him back at left tackle and play Tyler Smith at left guard, which was the plan going into the 2022 season. But Tyron Smith's inability to stay healthy led to Tyler Smith showing he's the long-term player at left tackle. So once again, if he wants to revive and extend his career and maybe chase a Super Bowl and go to a squad that does not choke in the NFL playoffs, maybe the 49ers are that team, right? He's had a hell of a career. 2-time first-team All-Pro, 2-time second-team All-Pro. He's made it to the Pro Bowl 8 times, and he, like Bobby Wagner, a member of the 2010s All-Decades team. It's pretty wild. I graduated high school back in 2010, so that makes me feel a little bit old. But for the Niners, we're talking about Bobby Wagner and Tyron Smith here. Can you imagine bringing them both in, both members of the 2010s All-Decade team? But here's a concern about Smith. Like Lewan, he's a left tackle. And Taylor Lewan, by the way, basically said on his podcast when he was asked, you're going to have all 31 other teams outside of the Titans hitting you up. He said, check that. 30 teams because the 49ers already have their left tackle. And on a podcast earlier this week, he basically said, I cannot play right tackle at all. So you can cross off and X off Taylor Lewan. Tyron Smith, he need to be let go, obviously, for him to sign with the Niners. If you're still rocking with us, I want you to show us by giving us a real one roll call down in the comment section. As always, appreciate your support. Don't forget to subscribe. All right. Cool. So those are the latest Niners news and rumors. What are the people saying? 408 West is a real one. Chua is a real one. Analyst 504, definitely a real one. Chris Stokes, real one. Larry Meza, real one for show. 167 people watching live. How quickly can we get to 100 likes, by the way? Hawaii Dave, real one. Mr. Block Ice. So what do you think on Kinlaw? He's disappointing me. What say you? Real one. Love. Mr. Block Ice. Yeah, Kinlaw's been a massive disappointment. I mean, you draft him in 2020, and you trade away DeForest Buckner. You're thinking that Kinlaw can replace him. Hasn't happened. And he's been a massive disappointment, not only with his lack of production, lack of games played as well. It is an issue. Kurt Spain, Eddie Griss, Octavius Jackson, Biz and Pups, Jimmy Jaramillo, also real ones. Now, we went live today because we wanted to test ourselves out a little bit and just give you some more content. Mitchell Renz went live on the Raiders Report, and before they even started their show, they got $2,000 in Super Chats. Now, we just started our show. We have $10 in Super Chats. Can we even get close? Can we even compete? I mean, it's the team that wasn't faithful to the Bay and the Raiders to the team that is faithful to the Bay, and the Niners are just the better fan base and organization. So here's our happy hour menu. $5, we'll give you a beer cheers. $10, a Niner mug chug. $20, we can make Trace drink. $50, a shotgun or a freedom funnel. $100, a beer bong race in the Toby Willis motorcycle helmet. Kylie, Chase, if I donate $500, can I come down one day for the Eagles versus Niners game? Kylie, you would never super chat $500. Now, I would bring you on a show if you send in $500, but I don't think that's going to happen. If it does, we'll go crazy. Yeah, I won't be at the game, though, Kylie. That's the problem. I'll be here at Chat Sports doing a watch party for it. Dave Devin Ladd, big love to the Niners since 1984 from over the pond in England. Dave. Kylie, what will I win? Shoot, we'll do some beer bongs. A shotgun. We'll put on the motorcycle helmet. Maybe Coop will wear a dress. Octavius, they got them fake rich Vegas fans, LMAO. Believe it or not, 49ers Report very successful this year comparing to the Raiders. So don't sleep. So if you want to party, we can do it. Some of the OGs are not here. You know, we don't have John Wallace in the house. We don't have John Aiello here. Some of the other real OGs aren't here, but that is our Super Chat menu. Kylie, I know, I'm saying watching from the studio. I don't know if we've ever done that here at Chat Sports. Mises Lee, Wurzburg, Germany. Mises. Good looks, homie. David Corona, not in the building right now. Where are the homies at? It was kind of an impromptu live. We didn't plan on this. Yeah. Dave in the desert with the 4-9. Ernesto with the 4-9. Who's going to type 69? Cisco, 4-9. Larry Meza, 4-9. Eddie Griss. No Noah GQ Pena thus far. Noah GQ Pena is an OG. How about we go 50% off the Super Chat menu? So let's show the Super Chat menu here. Oh! Make it rain from 408 West. $20 Super Chat. Does that get the people going? Bang, bang, Niner gang. Kurt Spain said slow day. Yeah, only one segment. I just wanted to come on, chop it up with everybody here.
It's a Friday.
Holland Tracy with the 5.
It's a Friday. We're just trying to hang out with the gang, you know? We're just trying to have a good old time.
Holland Tracy, we appreciate
that
you.
Rev too. It's going to be popping.
How about this? If we get to $100 in total, I'll put on this and I'll do a beer bong out of this. We're at 35 right now. I think we can get there. 408 West with the 20. He said, make it rain. Holland Tracy, it only lets me send $5, but I appreciate what you guys do. Keep up the good work. Holland, 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 Holland. So, show them the Super Chat menu. We did not yet go to 50% off, by the way, because we didn't get to show it to you. So, Holland Tracy with the 5 tonight. I'm not going to lie. Somebody cheers to Holland Tracy. Yeah. 20. Wait, what'd you do? Ugh. Does your stomach hurt? That's a lot of water. Yeah. Helps you get your gallon for the day. Trace, you have to drink with the $20 super chat.
Yay.
Why don't you use the water dispenser?
I got some whiskey Coke.
Sure.
Poured up in here, so.
Yeah, Trace has the whiskey Coke popping. We're going out
It's
after
Friday.
this, so.
We're going out later. Why not? You know?
SP.
Standy.
All right, now we're going to go 50% off for the next 2 minutes. 50% off for the next 2 minutes. And if we don't get any super chats within 2 minutes, we're just going to sign off.
Guys.
So 50% off everything here.
Guys.
So anything less than 5 is a beer cheers.
Guys.
5 is a Niner mug chug. 10 will make Trace drink.
I'll make it real quick.
25 shotgun or a funnel. $50 beer bong race in the helmet. And if we get to 100 in total, beer bong out of the motorcycle helmet. Holland Tracy said go big or go home. That's what the Niners need to do this offseason. Quit messing around. Holland Tracy, got to have you guys over for a party in Petaluma one of these days. That would be fun. I'd love to party with everybody. Like, if ideally we could all teleport to one location from the 49ers report and all hang out, dude, I think that we would have an incredible time.
What if we could, it would be so dope if we could do a watch party, but like metaverse style, and then we were all like in the room together. Yeah. Like, we're still doing the play-by-play. We're still talking about, like, we could be in the metaverse all hanging out, just watching the game together. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. By the way, updated super chat numbers. Any super chat is beer cheers. $5, mug chug. $10, you make me drink. 25, freedom funnel. 50, we're going to race.
Here's the deal, though. We're already 1:15 into the clock.
Uh-oh.
Red Life. Chase, do you take food stamps? That's funny. I don't want to take them away from anybody who actually needs them.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't need them.
That's true.
Watch party from Levi's. Man, imagine if we could work a connection with the Niners and do something like that.
That would be so cool, man.
That would be sick. We're 1:30 on the clock. 1:30 on the clock.
30 seconds remaining to get your super chats in.
50% off.
Hey, shh, go away.
Siri, relax.
Dude, Siri, my Siri specifically, is the biggest, eavesdropper ever.
Yeah. Siri, come on now.
All right, any super chat keeps us alive. I mean, are you guys trying to send us home already?
Cheat code! My suggestion is to have a super chat tracker and how much was made for the day. Yeah, we've done that before with like one of our graphics and stuff where we show kind of like what we've made, or oftentimes we do that when we compete against another channel. That's another good way to gauge that. Mm-hmm. Watch party from Lincoln Financial Field from Kylie. Do you take Monopoly money? Sure. All right, our 2 minute shot clock expired. Should we just sign off? Mr. Black
Ice! We're not signing off. Executive decision.
Man, forget that discount. I'm a real one. I'm at work and donating, multitasking. You think Jackson will be good for us as far as getting more snaps? Drake Jackson? Look, he needs to have a big year because Nick Bosa does need a lot of help on the other side of that defensive line. And if Nick Bosa isn't double-teamed as much, still at 18.5 sacks, maybe he'll be able to stay a little bit more fresh toward the end of the year because the last month that sack production was really, really concerning. And the 49ers took Drake Jackson in the second round in hopes that he could be a long-term option opposite of Nick Bosa. So that would certainly be fantastic for the Niners if he's able to break out. Kyle Shanahan said that, look, this is a rookie who came in. He impressed us from the jump, but he wore down a little bit toward the end of the year. And oftentimes that happens with rookies because they're simply just not used to playing a 17-game schedule.
Julian!
Dave in the desert with the 5. Julian, he just sent in the 10. Didn't even say anything, right?
Yeah, nothing.
That's it.
$10.
Dave in the desert. Sorry, I'm driving. Stay with us, boys. Dave.
Are you driving in the
How about
desert,
them
Dave?
Niners? Watch out for cThe Davis. Ooh. Yeah, he could break out at defensive tackle. That's another option there. Tore his ACL, his final season at UCF, was drafted in the 6th round. DJ Jones, he was taken in the 7th round. Some comps there between him and kThe Davis. Again, the 49ers do need financially for some of these young players to step up if they don't want to spend big-time dollars in free agency.
Julian says, working, throwing up a few of these.
Holland Tracy, whatever happened to Poe? Poe was on the practice squad this year. He was actually named the practice squad MVP, and kThe Davis was just injured all year. Then he got cleared late but wasn't activated for the playoffs. More call-in segments. Had fun joining them from Eddie. I don't think we're going to do call-in any longer, actually. They were a lot of fun. Analysts! 504! All right, so Mr.
65.
Block Ice didn't want the discount. So if you pop up the regular Super Chat menu, Analyst goes, Drake got the other side. We just need the secondary and offensive line straight. Yeah, you need to figure out Jimmy Ward if you want to bring him back. If not, you're looking for another safety and or a slot corner, or does Samuel Womack take over at slot corner? You're obviously confident in Charvarius Mooney-Ward. I thought he had a good first year with the 49ers. Diamador Lenore played well. Don't trip. He played good football. So he can be – you're good? Not good? Oh, no. Yeah, it's a lot of water. What was I saying? Diamador Lenore played well. Do you bring back Emmanuel Mosley? That's a little bit of a question mark as well. All right, let's start answering your Super Chat calls here. Dave in the desert with the 5. It's a Niner mug. Cheers. Mr. Block Ice with the 10. Oh, shit. I meant to do another regular beer cheers. That's my fault. Actually, I'm going to go Truly. I'll go Truly cheers. Yeah. You want one?
Lob me one of them. Lob me one of them bad boys.
Cheers to you. And then Niner mug chug for the 10. Okay.
Cheers to you. Cheers to me. Cheers to the squad. And cheers to the... Cheers to the Niners because they're so good.
Holland Tracy, he tore his ACL at UCF, if you're talking about kThe Davis. And he was a little bit banged up when he was in college. But freak athlete. Freak athlete with a lot of potential. Ignacio. And Wagner isn't on that disclosed list, bros. Let's see. Oh, I saw your previous message. I'm hearing a lot of rumblings from behind the scenes that the Niners are drawing a ton of interest in free agency on the defensive side, and Wagner isn't on that disclosed list. Okay. Thanks, Ignacio. Thanks for the insider knowledge there. All right, we're at $65 in supers.
Should we go for 100?
If we get to 100, I'm putting this on, and we're doing a beer bong. All right? So we're $35 away from that. We just decided to go live last minute. Raiders Report made 2,000 before they went live today. So we decided to go live as well. Raiders Report is a different animal, though, as we all know. So here's our Super Chat happy hour menu. $5 beer cheers, $10 Niner mug chug, $20 you can make producer Trace drink, $50 shotgun or a funnel, $100 beer bong race and a helmet. Gone Sovereign. What's up, Gone? is Trent coming back? You mean Trent Williams? Yeah, he did make some noise by saying, I can't promise I'm going to be back next year. These seasons do get physically tolling. And then he said a little while ago, I'm coming back. And Kyle Shanahan said he's coming back as well. They're actually partying in Cabo together. Kyle Shanahan was there with Trent Williams, Deebo Samuel, and Christian McCaffrey. It's pretty cool. 21 NC Dorado. What you think the Niners trading for Cam Jordan from the Saints after June 1? That's your boy, Trace.
I can go ahead and tell you, that'll never happen. If you want to give up the next 10 years of first-round picks, Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle, and Nick Bosa, maybe the Saints would consider it. But Cam Jordan has on multiple occasions, and like on Twitter, two fans being like, hey, come play in insert city. He's straight up been like, I'm not leaving, I'm staying in New Orleans. He doesn't want to leave.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to leave. And the Saints don't want to lose him.
Yeah, it makes sense. He's a Saints legend.
He's a great football player. I can see why you'd want him. He's phenomenal.
Analysts, they playing with that casino money. Are you talking about the boys down in Cabo or us?
What casino money? Should the Niners sign Baker Mayfield?
Oh, you're talking about the Raiders report. I gotcha.
Yeah, they're playing with casino money. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
What'd you say?
Another hashtag Niners. Should we sign
Baker Mayfield? Honestly,
maybe get the Rams playbook.
Get the Rams playbook from Sean McVay, even though Kyle Shanahan owes them. And for Baker, as a backup. Look, I think the Niners need to bring in a better veteran than a Nate Sudfeld or a Josh Johnson to be the quarterback behind Brock Purdy and Trey Lance. Look, I have concerns about whether or not Brock Purdy is actually going to be able to play week 1. Like, I just don't see how it was already a tight timeline with him. He was supposed to undergo surgery February 22nd, 2 days ago. It's February 24th, and now it's being delayed until at least March. Like, what if there's still inflammation? Then that means that they're not going to operate on that elbow. Going into it, they didn't know if it was going to be a full Tommy John reconstruction or not. So they could go in there and realize it's a badly damaged elbow. It's still inflamed, which means it's still hurt. And if it's a full reconstruction, he's out 12 months. So then you only have Trey Lance. So bringing in a guy like Baker Mayfield to compete with them or as a fallback plan, I think that he could run Shanahan's offense. And I'd like to draft a Stetson Bennett, a Clayton Tune, a Jake Haener, Max Duggan late, maybe. He could run some RPO type stuff. Nathan, appreciate that question.
What about Jaron Hall out of BYU? Could be another name. Another
BYU quarterbacks haven't worked out,
round.
but outside of Steve Young, of course.
Hey,
Zach Wilson.
They don't work out on the field, but they work out with the mothers.
Yes.
A lot of moms in California.
Milf Hunter, Zach Wilson. Just no car, please, from Octavius. For the money that he makes, no. I'd rather have Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm not even lying. Not shitting you. How is Azeez Al-Shirer's negotiations going from what you heard? I think he's going to go to Houston. I think he's going to go to another team, if not Houston. I think that he's earned a pretty good payday. When he talked about his Niners tenure after the year, he talked about it in past tense. So think about that from a human nature standpoint. If you're employed by a current employer and you know you're taking a new job at some point, you're going to talk about that current employer in the past tense. That says that you're probably leaving, right? As I go Colin Cowherd on you. Nothing like watching the Niners report here in London at 11:30 p.m. Bay Area season. Appreciate you, homie. All right, we're going to put on our Super Chat shot clock again.
Bay Area.
Super Chat shot clock.
Have you seen our guy Matthew Peterson? He's in London right now.
If we get a Super Chat within 2 minutes, we'll stay alive. If not, we'll call it a Friday, and we'll keep our Friday going. $5 beer cheers, $10 Niner mug chug, $20 make Trace drink, $50 shotgun or a funnel, $100 I'll do a beer bong in the Toby Willis motorcycle helmet. Can't be scared. Julian Rost. Chase, who is your top free agent quarterback that fits our scheme? That fits the scheme. I mean, the quarterback who I'd like the Niners to bring in is Jacoby Brissett. He played really well with the Cleveland Browns, and showed that with the good roster, he put him in a position to win a lot of games. So I think that he would be a serviceable backup. I think Baker Mayfield could be a good backup. If you want some more athleticism at that position, Sam Darnold will be a free agent. Gardner Minshew, Andy Dalton, those are the top free agent quarterbacks. Jameis Winston may get cut, but I think the Niners are good on him. So a couple of those quarterbacks there. All right, 120 in. Yeah, gone. Look, gone sovereign. I still like Jimmy to stay. I wouldn't rule that out. Kyle Shanahan has said each of the last 2 years he doesn't expect Jimmy to come back, and last year he came back. But Jeremy Fowler reported today he expects Jimmy Garoppolo to have a pretty vast market. Could have a nice little market there with the Houston Texans as well as the Atlanta Falcons. I think that the Jets make sense and the Raiders make sense. So I think that he could get paid $20, $25 million per year. I'm not capping on that. And I think that he's going to get that, and the Niners obviously can't afford it.
Hot take, what if Jimmy G ends up in a team like Washington? Like, that could be
Washington
very
is a
realistic.
team.
Like, go get Eric Bieniemy.
Play for Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah. I mean, there's crazier ideas.
Yeah. 20 seconds left on our Super Chat shot clock. If we get a Super Chat, we'll stay alive. If not, we'll sign off. Jenny Wolfie is back. Jenny, let's go, Brandon. I will say Purdy to start if he's healthy. No more Garoppolo flop. That's pretty funny. Yeah, if Purdy's ready to start, Kyle Shanahan loved what he saw from him. Gone! $20 Super Chat. Now we're 16 away from doing a beer bong with the Toby Willis Niner helmet. Look at this thing. It almost looks like a Nick Bosa helmet. Gone to keep the stream alive for the faithful, faithful, faithful. Eddie Grist, good question. And by the way, if you have a question and you want it on the screen, use hashtag 49ers to help Trace out. So we'll reset our Super Chat shot clock. Eddie Grist, top McGlinchey replacements in free agency. It's a slight list. I mean, McGlinchey is like the top free agent right tackle. I will say this, Isaac Seumalo could be a good option at right guard, but I doubt the 49ers pay big-time money to him. Caleb McGarry is a good tackle for the Falcons, but I think he's going to get paid. Jawan James is a pretty solid player. George Fant plays left tackle. Can he play right tackle? He's going to be a free agent. And then obviously if Tyron Smith gets let go by the Cowboys, he's always played left tackle. Same with Taylor Lewan. So this 49ers offensive line, it is a question mark. Chris Murphy, what are your thoughts on Eddie Pinheiro replacing Robbie Gould? Pinheiro's done, man. Eddie Pinheiro hasn't had a job in a really long time, right? He was drafted really high. Was he an undrafted free agent? Am I thinking of his brother? Let's see what Pinheiro did last year. 94% makes, 6 in the NFL. Extra points, he was 29th. Made less than 94%. Long field goal for 54. He was the Panthers kicker last year. Okay. I'm thinking of somebody else. Let's see. He's kicked for 3 different teams in his career. With the Bears, only 82% of his makes year 1. Year 2 with the Jets, 8 of 8 in spot duty. Last year, 33-35, so a good rebound season for him. I think the Niners are going to bring back Robbie Gould. The guy's 29 for 29 in his playoff career, and he said he wants to continue playing. So bring him back. Paul Coover! What's up, Paul? Your ball should be on the way, Paul. Your football should be on the way. We've sent out a lot of Super Chat items over the last week and change after I got back from a really busy week at the Super Bowl. So, Paul, your football should be on the way, my guy. Makes a good point. Lewan, injury risk, and we still have Banks and Brunskill to insert. Banks at left guard. That's where he'll play. Brunskill, he's such a good, depth piece, but can he be a consistent starter at either center or right guard? There's buzz that I've heard that Matt Mayoko has talked about that Colton McKivitz might start at right tackle. They've been grooming him to do that. That kind of concerns me a little bit. Billy Sargent, Brunskill, a free agent. I'm interested to see if he could go somewhere to get paid more and have a bigger role. And Jenny Wolfie, still have to send you your pennant. Still have to do that. All right, Super Chat, shot clock is back on. 16 away from 100. If we get there, we're breaking out the Toby Willis motorcycle helmet, and I'll do a beer bong out of it.
Come on. Y'all know you want to see
For
this
the
happen.
20, you got to drink.
Yeah, it's $15.
Gone Sovereign.
Come on. Y'all know you want to see this happen. You know you want to see Chase down a brewski, take down one of them cans, rocking a helmet.
Julian Rost. Oh, thanks, man. You can pop this up, Triz. But yeah, there's our Super Chat menu. We get to 100. We're going in. Billy Sargent, yes, he did say, Lawan, that he won't go to San Francisco. I've talked about that a couple of times today. Julian Ross, Chase, by the way, nice job on Super Bowl Radio Row. Man, it was the most fulfilling professional week I've had in my career. I got back and I was itching to go to another big event. Like, seeing all of the mainstream media heads, seeing a crew of 20 people follow Stephen A. Smith everywhere he went, seeing Jake Laser, Carissa Thompson, Aaron Andrews, all the head media honchos. I was like, yo, I'm trying to get there someday. 49ers Report does numbers, though. That's for sure. Mike Concho, what up, Niner Empire? Honcho! He's back. Our 2-minute Super Chat shot clock is about 90 seconds in. So we'll continue to stay live as long as y'all want to chop it up with us. We're 3 likes away from 100. We're at 97 right now. Now we're 2 away. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up icon. And we're at $84 if we get to 100. Beer bong out of the motorcycle helmet here. Jonathan Santiago, let's go Niners. If you have any questions, just get them into the comment section. We're just chopping it up right now. We already did our segment for today. 408 kill a shark. I'm sure Derek Carr will have fun with the Niners' offensive weapons. I don't think they have the money to pay him. I mean, look, if Purdy didn't get hurt, you'd be entering a season with a great scenario. 2 talented young quarterbacks on their rookie contracts. And that allows you to really build out the roster. Julie May say, yeah, get Bobby Wagner and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers would be fun. Paul Coover, one thing, Tristan Lynch, he's been a roster guru. He's been a really good general manager for this team. I mean, look, 3 NFC championship games over the last 4 years and back-to-back NFC title games with the Super Bowl appearance mixed in there. Bay Area season, you think the Niners will play in London this year against the Jags? I do. And Niner fans, that'll basically be another home game. Just like Mexico City was. It was basically another Niners home game. Peblo, I just changed my username. Congrats, man. What was it? Analyst 504, any right tackles in the draft worth drafting?
There's Osiris Torrance, I believe. No, he's a guard. He's a guard. I lied.
Let me look at my draft guide here.
There's the kid out of Ohio State and Northwestern that are both pretty solid, that are going to probably be top 10
The
picks.
thing with the Niners, they don't have a pick until the 3rd round.
Do you think the Niners would trade up to get into the 2nd or 1st?
No, because they already traded draft capital for McCaffrey.
True.
Hey! That's awesome. Let's see. Let's go to some players who the Niners can actually get. Like, let's see. Paris Johnson out of Ohio State, possible 1st rounder. Peter Skoronski, really good. I know, Abby, you talked about him today on Titans, right? Anton Harrison could go at the end of the 1st round out of Oklahoma. Broderick Jones, intriguing player out of Georgia, but he'll probably go fringe 1st, maybe 2nd. Keep in mind, for a lot of these prospects, it depends on what happens at the NFL Scouting Combine. Now some players will be in the Niners range. Cody Mauch out of North Dakota State. And this is for Analyst 504. Darnell Wright from Tennessee. Matthew Bergeron from Syracuse. If Will was here, he'd enter the studio. Blake Freeland from BYU. Need a center, too. DeJuan Jones from Ohio State.
I know
so
who you
those
can
are
get.
a couple of right tackle targets.
I know a center you can get in the third. Arkansas legend Ricky Stromberg. Go get my boy.
All right.
Go get my fellow Hog in the third.
Frankie, can they afford Wagner? Yeah, if he takes $5, $6, $7 million, they can. Dave in the Desert and 21 NC Dorado. You can put up their questions there, Triz. Hey, we're $10 away from me doing a beer bong in the Toby Willis motorcycle helmet. I'm just saying. We might as well get there. Couple people chip in 5. Let's ride. 21 NC Dorado to draft. 49ers to draft center Luke Weipler out of Ohio State or center Ricky Stromberg, Arkansas in the third round.
Hey.
That's your guy.
Hey.
Did you say that because he said it?
I saw Ricky Stromberg.
Okay, I was gonna
so
say.
I was like, that's I see that.
That's pretty ironic there. 408 Kill a Shark. You know who I miss? Dante Hittner. Man, Dante Whitner was a dog.
Peblo says it would be awesome if the Niners could get Trace McSorley, but that's never going to happen. I think it would be cooler if they got Trace
bad
Gerard.
for the Cardinals, man. He really was bad for the Cardinals.
I think I would be better at football. I think I would be the better football Trace than he would be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him.
Look, he was great at Penn State, but I don't know if he's an NFL caliber quarterback. Dave in the Desert, will Kyle continue to spread cap money to support pieces and not pay big money for a quarterback? This year, probably. Yeah, I think they're going to move forward with Purdy and Lance, and obviously a lot of it comes down to what happens with Purdy's elbow. Now, if he does get that surgery early March, the new league year in free agency doesn't begin until March 15th. So that gives the 49ers some wiggle room to determine the severity of Purdy's injury and whether or not they have to go after a quarterback. So if he's okay and they believe that he can come back this year, I think it's going to be Lance and Purdy. If Purdy isn't okay, that's when it starts to get a little bit scary. Billy Sargent, sign Jimmy back and sign Minshew, then trade Trey to get offensive line help. A Trey Lance trade would not shock me, but I don't think it's going to happen because of Purdy's injury. I just don't. Here we go! TW Ronnie with the 10. Let's go! That actually got us to 99.98. So we just need $1 to get past 100. We're going to do it, though, for TW Ronnie. Ronnie. Paul Cougar, what about a post-June cut at tackle? Tyron Smith, maybe, but again, he's played left tackle. Andre Dillard, a guy who you can get affordably, a left tackle. Like, there aren't a lot of right tackles out there, and that's why Mike McGlinchey is going to get at least $15 million in my estimation. Peblo, I don't know if you knew this, but rumors about Jimmy going to the Jets, yes. We talked about that earlier this week, actually. We're always ahead of the game. That video will actually be out tomorrow. We talked about that on our live show. All right, got to do a beer bong. Out of the Toby Willis motorcycle helmet. Oh! Analyst with the 20. Trace has to drink again.
Hey!
You got to get that Freedom Fund.
Hey! No. This one, for analysts, I'm going to go get the freaking hand grenade. You know we just finished Mardi Gras. Let the beer bongs roll.
Let's go.
Woo!
It's so funny how some people watch on a delay because sometimes these super chats come in about something that we talked about a minute or two ago, but it's fantastic. All right. It's like we're doing a watch party again. Toby Willis, shout out to you. Chris Murphy. Dillard played a little bit of guard. I didn't see him at right tackle, Chris. Eddie Griss. Top McGlinchey replacements if he walks. Trace went out of the studio, so we'll get your super chat on the screen. Like Dillard, he could fit in the zone run. Here's the thing about Dillard, though. He said early in his career when the Eagles tried to move him to right tackle, that moving to right tackle is like trying to write with your other hand. Like, some guys just can't do it. They're not used to it. Frankie, that's a bad helmet, meaning a good bad. Look at this thing. Thing is awesome. From Toby Willis, our guy. All right, here we go. Got to get this figured out here. We're getting it. What'd you say? Oh, no. Oh, Mike Kimber's in the house. Here, I got to finish the rest of this. I didn't get it down. Trace is going to get his drinking essentials. Then we'll read some of your super chats. So that's the beer bong. Out of the helmet. Trace is coming up. I hear him. Oh, my gosh. No way. Your shoe's going to be wet for the next, 48 hours.
I would do a shooting, but not my shoe. I don't like it. I don't want to ruin my shoe.
Yeah. Paul Coover, pace yourself. It's the off season. Hey, Paul, I know, man. We're trying. But we also like to have a lot of fun and hang out with the faithful. Yeah, Peblo, Lions Talk by Chat Sports. That's our guy. Mike Kimber. I cannot wait to do this in person with the goats of YouTube and the team at Chat Sports. Mike, we want to hang out with you. I told you. Let's rip some four-wheelers, shoot some guns, drink some beers in the woods.
Mike,
that would be a grand old time.
Mike, what are your thoughts on
Subscribe to his channel.
Fire pit, banjo, a lot of beer?
It's a good time. Guns and four-wheelers as well, may I add.
Before I do this, nothing like a little guns, four-wheelers, and beer to just spark some irresponsibility.
Oh, Peblo was duck. Told you if you got a $50 donation, you have to do 50 push-ups, and I did them. Hell yeah, I did them. All three at the exact same time. A bang, a Niner gang. 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 Get you guys next check. Retired veteran. Christmas was a killer. Oh, Paul, you're the man, dude. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for your service. By the way, Mike Kimber, a.k.a. Lions Talk by Chat Sports, also served our country. Freedom Funnel for Mike Kimber and for Paul Coover. Thanks for serving our great nation. Vaseline, duct tape, and vodka. That's good stuff. All right, we're going to sign off here soon. But
unless
if you want us to stay, 2 minutes on the clock. then we'll stay.
Did you see Mike's message? Vaseline.
Yeah, I just
duct
said that,
tape?
yeah.
I didn't see that.
Elite.
So good.
Peblo saying, Paul Coover, thank you for your service. Yes, sir. Dono, hurry, from Peblo. Donation.
Ah.
Ah! That's referencing the turtle humping the croc video. Oh, that was Octavius Jackson, a.k.a. T.W. Ronnie. Are we saying that right? T.W. Ronnie? Eddie Griss, donos or donations from Peblo. That's what he was saying. Jonathan Santiago, I want you guys to stay. We're 1 minute in.
With the Peblo with the
Peblo. By the way, did we get the Jenny Wolfie's super chat a little bit earlier? So Jenny, if you're still out there, been out of the loop. Any news on us? Keep an eye. You got a place on the Niner wall for my pennant. You love to see it. So Jenny, Brandon Ayuk is still under contract this year. They have until I think some point in March to exercise his fifth-year option. If they do that, that's what the Niners did with Nick Bosa, where this year, or this upcoming year, he's making in the neighborhood of $18 million on that fifth-year option. If Ayuk, who's now entering year 4, has that fifth-year option exercised, that means he's under team control for 2 years. The Niners are going to do that. They just are, because they understand how valuable he is. Now, with the player who's drafted ahead of him, like Javon Kinlaw, I would be floored and shocked if the Niners exercised his fifth-year option. You don't need that extra team year of control. So I think that the 49ers are going to have 2 more years of Brandon Ayuk under team control and then hopefully work on a contract extension. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we'll see. There's a delay. Peblo, dealing with a concussion right now. Nothing better than chilling watching you. Peblo, we hope you're all right, man. Salute to you. Quick recovery. What happened? Paul Coover, we should restructure Williams and CMC. They'll get us $30 million and keep more assets. So if the 49ers were to restructure their top 5 contracts on this team, they would actually free up about $50+ million on the cap. Bay Area season. Do you have a favorite soccer team? I don't really know. Coop likes Chelsea. I'm not a big soccer guy. Garcia brothers!
Garcia!
They're back! Garcia! 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 Pebble, I was doing football and catching the ball. I banged my head on the ground. And then as soon as I stood up, it was so blurry. That's never good. One of those classic head snaps back, that's always really scary. I remember I was playing football as a kid. I kind of hit my head like that because I was staying upright as somebody was trying to tackle me, and he kept driving me back. And then I was like, all right, this is getting old. So I just tried to go down, and I hit my head, and I saw stars. No joke. Maybe that's why I'm so screwed up now. Garcia, I kind of sounded like Bill Clinton right there. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Garcia brothers. Do you think that what
happened to the wide receiver Hurts can happen to Trey?
Garcia brothers. Trying to read this. Do you think that what happened to the wide receiver Hurts can happen to Trey? You mean Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, if he developed like he has to be a runner-up for MVP and, arguably go blow for blow with Patrick Mahomes and maybe outplay him in the Super Bowl, can Trey Lance make that type of jump? Potentially. A lot of people are drawing the Trey Lance-Jalen Hurts comparison because Hurts has been a little bit rocky. Lance Hurts, a little bit rocky to start their careers, right? Love the Garcia chant. We appreciate it. So a lot of people are making the Hurts and Trey Lance comparison because Hurts got off to a rocky start. He completed like 52% of his passes to start his career. This past year, sub 67 for Lance, not a big completion percentage guy. Here's my issue with that comparison. One, they're different players. Two, Jalen Hurts played a lot at Alabama and a full season at Oklahoma, and Trey Lance going back to North Dakota State in 2019 and in the NFL has combined to start 21 games. So the lack of experience for Trey Lance isn't on par with Jalen Hurts. That's why I have an issue with that comparison. Garcia brothers, love the Garcia chant. Garcia, Garcia. What happened?
I was like, I just don't know if.
Yeah. It's a projection. It always is. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky, 1 year. Zach Wilson, 1 year. Jamarcus Russell started throwing bombs.
Dude,
draft him.
Jamarcus Russell is so true. Also, okay, wait, hold on, time out. Speaking of Jamarcus Russell, I saw on Twitter a comp of Jamar Russell. His overall record was better when he, like, over his first, 2 years compared to Justin Fields. Justin Fields had like a 5-20 record. Jamarcus Russell had like 7 or 8 wins, whatever, that looks like. But interesting. Nonetheless,
I love our boy Harry, but him dying on the Justin Fields hill.
It's bold.
We'll see what happens.
It's bold.
Intriguing player, intriguing athlete, but throwing the football, I have my concerns.
Absolutely.
So this is going to be a telling year here.
Absolutely.
Peblo, sign Odell Beckham Jr. for a playoff win. Wide receiver 3, OBJ. All right, last call here before we hop on out of here. Eddie Grist waiting for an Eddie G chant. LOL, kidding much, but we're not kidding. Eddie G, Eddie G, Eddie G, Eddie G. Can we please get an N for Bosa's other side? Big Bo, if you watch the show, I talk about this multiple times per week. It needs to happen. I'm with you. Paul Coover, Ohio State quarterback. CJ Stroud has a little bit more experience. Peblo's putting Eddie G in the chat. Eddie G, Eddie G. All right, last call here on our Super Chat menu. Last call to get any Super Chats in. Regardless of the 2-minute shot clock, we're still going to sign off after this anyway. So last call here. $5 beer cheers, $10 Niner mug chug. Make Trace drink for 20. 50 shotgun or a funnel. And another beer bong in the helmet if we get a $100 Super Chat. I did that once already. So with the one that came in from the Garcia brothers, oh, you beer cheers. Eddie Grist, thanks, Jason Peblo. We got you, brother. Hey! Garcia! 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 Shoot, we're at 143.
Let's get to 200.
We're going to mess around and get to 200.
Let's do it. They said we wouldn't. Let's do it. Probably not, but we can.
Oh, man.
All right, if somebody sends a $300 Super Chat right now, put on the dress.
Trace will put on a dress for a $300 Super Chat.
That's it. That's it. I'm not doing it for anything less.
So if you want to see a man in a dress, $300 gets it done. And it's Trace.
I also heard that
You'd
Tex
like
wants
to
to put on the dress. He just slacked me.
Garcia Brothers, 15. I was actually talking about the wide receiver that the 49ers picked and was injured and did not play, not even one regular season game due to injuries. Can that happen to Lance? Well, Lance has actually played, at least in some regular season games, so that's one thing. You're talking about Jalen Hurd, right? That's the one who you're talking about. Yeah, it was unfortunate. So if you go back to watch his 2 touchdowns against the Cowboys in the preseason, a dog, man. A dog. And then after that, he hurt his back. Never the same guy. Couldn't stay on the field. It was wild. Really unfortunate. I do not think that's going to happen to Lance. I'm rooting for Lance. Good kid. A lot of potential. Big Bo. Big Bo. Big Bo. Big Bo. Anyway, we can keep Azeez Al-Shire as well. I doubt it. I just think with a player like that, he hasn't made a lot of money in his NFL career, and now that his rookie contract has expired, he is going to look to go somewhere where he can get paid. And a team is going to be willing to pay him. I think linebackers in the NFL have become criminally underrated. I think having good backers on your team, like the Niners, can make a huge difference in the run game and in the pass game, especially if you have good athletes there. So I think Azeez Al-Shaair, rightfully so, he's earned some bread. I think he's going to go get some money. TW Ronnie, what are you saying? It's all good too. T wrong. Oh, T wrong, I see. Man. That's interesting. I only did it out of my Nike Flyknits. Dude, those shoes are worn. Oh my gosh. If you want some entertainment, you can watch the Raiders Report. Mitch just drank out of our boss's shoe, and that shoe, worn. All right. We're about to sign off here. It was a happy hour Friday edition of the 49ers Report. We do appreciate all of your donations, all of your support, all of you who watched us, and even if you didn't send in a super chat, all of you who kept the comment section popping and liked the video. We put out content every single day, so we do appreciate the love. Garcia Brothers! We stay. Look, now we're $3 away from 150. We're 3 away from 150. B. Davis, how is Brock's surgery? It got delayed until March. That's why there's some concerns around this team right now. Garcia. 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 We'll drink to that. Cooper Rush, free agent? Interesting. Shanahan would love to mold him.
Sign the best quarterback on the Cowboys roster, Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush, the starter after Dak Prescott gets traded to the Texans. B. Davis said, damn, the autocorrect sucks. It's all good, Garcia Brothers. Will the Niners bring back Gronk and Brady, not Gringo and Brady? Gringo, is that a white person in Spanish? Okay. So that's Garcia Brothers had a spelling mishap. We got you, though. Look, I talked on yesterday's show, and it's available as a YouTube short right now on the channel. I try to bring Tom Brady out of retirement. I really would. I'd be down. Look, the Super Bowl window isn't going to be open forever. This team is loaded with really good talent. So I'm going all in. Garcia Brothers said, I'm a little drunk. We're going to get there tonight.
I'm already a little drunk. I'm not even going to
Trace is already a little drunk. He's wearing his headphones backwards. You what?
Is she bad? Kind of bad. It was a girl I went to college with, and I was like, do I slide in the DMs or not? And I didn't.
Is that boy stock? I just watched you do it.
Were you saying what's good, shorty?
This picture, you don't stay on it for.
No.
No, yeah, that's.
I have a short attention span. I have a short attention
That
span.
makes sense.
Why would I overanalyze a picture when I can just look at it and see what I need to see?
Did she call Trace daddy?
She wouldn't be the first one. She won't be the last.
That's exactly what you do.
Paul Coover, what was the site to donate outside of YouTube again? It's Venmo.
Venmo.
Do you have Venmo? That's what it is.
Venmo or Cash App.
It's not a site. It's an app.
Cash App is green Venmo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
an
an app. Well, hold on. Is there a URL for Venmo?
Zoe's here. Lonzo's with us. Oh!
Yes, you can.
Anthony.
Oh, Anthony!
Bang!
Anthony! Anthony! Here you go.
Woo!
Paul, you need to set up a whole bank account
spell it out.
information.
I'm old. Venmo. Benmo.
So I'm on Venmo at Chase_senior.
Dude, I'm throwing this away. I'm done. I'm done.
That's
I don't want
just
this.
out of control.
I don't want that anymore.
Venmo is what it is, Paul Coover. Anthony, trade Debo and Mooney Ward or Jimmy Ward? Jimmy Ward's a free agent. So if you want to clarify, you can.
Charvarius Mooney Ward.
Get good on the O-line. Some Trey and Brock P. Have hope. Look, yeah, Kyle Shanahan hasn't really invested in the offensive line. It's definitely a little bit of a concern. I don't know what's going to happen at center. I don't know what's going to happen at right guard. I don't know what's going to happen at right tackle. Pretty sure the 49ers not going to trade away Deebo Samuel. Why is that? They would have to take on a $30 million dead cap hit charge. Just not going to happen this year. As for Mooney Ward, he's your cornerback number one. You don't want to trade him away. And like I said, Jimmy Ward is going to be a free agent.
All right, real quick. Let's get the comment section
look at what Pablo said. What's the name of the video with the It's the turtle humping the croc video. I'll send it in here.
With the chicken strip.
Greetings from Costa Rica.
Costa Rica in the
Carlitos,
house.
Let's go.
So here you go, Pablo.
Everyone type 49 in the chat, by the way. Let's get the chat popping again.
Pablo,
It's been
that's
slow.
the link. It is hilarious. Watch the whole thing. It is a turtle humping a croc.
I need to start my workouts.
Oh my
No
goodness.
jokes this week. No jokes.
I'm 31 years old. Pablo.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Garcia!
Yeah!
Garcia! 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 Just want to hear the chant. We love you, man. We love you and the brothers. That is funny.
I'm 31.
Pebble, I just watched the LMFAO. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yep. I turned 31 in January.
Beer bong versus Jaguar shots. You're winning.
Beer bong versus Jaguar shots. You're winning.
Nice. Not sure what that means, but
What,
nice.
what do you mean, Paul?
What do you mean by Jaguar shots? Like you're doing a hair luge off of Trevor Lawrence's hair?
What do you mean, Paul?
His issues.
B. Davis issues for sure. For sure. For sure. Oh, man. Oh, Jim Everett. The great 31-7 with the laughing emojis. Not sure what his profile picture
Jaeger.
is. Oh.
I think he meant Jaeger.
Got it. Jaeger. Got you. Beer bong versus Jaeger shots. You're winning. I'm not doing Jaeger shots.
Jaeger
dude.
shots are not a win.
That makes me want to puke at the
just thought of it.
smell
The
and
thought
the
of it?
taste.
The thought of it sounds like a bad decision and regret.
Exactly.
You know what is good though? A Jaeger bomb. Those are fun.
Man, funny ass show today, man. Too good.
It doesn't ever get old.
No. All right, I think we're gonna sign off here. It was a lot of fun. It was fun, unfiltered, just chopping it up with everybody. German NyQuil, exactly, Paul. Like it tastes like that, and it has like the thickness of NyQuil. Ugh, gosh.
You're drinking medicine that tastes like licorice. It's awful.
B. Davis shaking my head, LOL. But you're laughing. You know what I mean? You're laughing. You're not getting this on NBC Sports Bay Area or anywhere else. The longest of your life. Oh my gosh. I think I can do it longer.
Oh my god.
I think I can do it longer. That's it. Oh my gosh. B. Davis laughing emojis. Jesus. I know. It's a happy hour Friday. Peblo said, make a bet. If you get a dono right now, you got to do for 10 minutes. Paul Coover, best in the business. Thanks, guys. Paul. Paul. David Cardno, watching from Scotland. Nice. I interviewed Pro Football Focus's director, director of content, or head of content, I guess is the proper term. And he's from Scotland. We interviewed him during Super Bowl Radio Row. It was awesome. So thank you so much for your compliment there, David. Obviously, right now, for the last several minutes, you haven't gotten football analysis, but we do that every day. Peblo. It would have to be a $50 super chat to do for 10 minutes. That'd be a lot. All right. We're going to sign off here. Hope all of the faithful and the Niner gang has a fantastic weekend. Thanks for hanging out with myself and Trizzy. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate you watching, hitting that thumbs up icon, subscribing to the show, commenting, and, of course, your super chats as well. Hope y'all have a great night. Chewalore, you as well. Peblo, thanks for keeping that comment section popping. Paul Coover for being a real one. Garcia, and everybody else who sent in super chats. So many people to name, but we're out. Peace.